Hey y'all, it's your girl Jenny, Real Talk New York.
They caught up in vanity. What a calamity. Got the audacity. Got the audacity.
Jenny, big up yourself, large up yourself. Okay, guys, how you been doing, guys? All right, guys, let's get straight into it and talk about Nicki Minaj versus Cardi B. That's what everybody's talking about on the internet, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, everything, right? So let's talk about it. All right, here's my opinion on the whole thing, right? So Nicki Minaj is the greatest female rapper of all time, right? So far, based off her having 4 albums. If I'm incorrect, tell me now. About the albums, but I believe it's 4 albums she has. Pink Friday broke records, which was her first album. She set a lot of trends for the community, a lot. I know Kim started wigs, but Nicki took wigs to a whole different other level. The wigs that she wear, her style, her influence, the work that she put in. She'd been in the industry for 16 years, and I feel like she needs to get her flowers. She never got a Grammy. Right? Cardi B got a Grammy, and she didn't do half the work that Nicki Minaj put in. She didn't set half the influence that Nicki Minaj put in. She came out with 1 studio album, which was Invasion of Privacy, which did do well, but she was not the writer of that album, right? Nicki Minaj writes her own songs, and she wrote 4 albums and multiple features. Nicki been leading the rap game for 16 years, right? Nicki been going all over the world. She's the blueprint. She's the woman, the rapper that all the young girls look up to, right? So I feel like she don't get the recognition that she deserves. She did come out and say that she's getting blackballed, and I do remember when I was at Summer Jam that year when Remy Ma, I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna put it in my stories, where Remy Ma and Little Kim was there and they was all ganging up against Nicki. There was a hate train going on against Nicki. At one time, I think it was around 2018 when that hate train was going on, and everybody, all the rappers was trying to team up to go against her. Cardi B was put to replace Nicki, like by the record labels. That's what Nicki said. She was put to. They said they were trying to find her replacement, so she was put, because she writes music. People write her music, writing her own songs. You get what I'm saying? So people was writing. I guess she's a look, and people was writing her songs for her, and whatever the case may be. But Nicki's a songwriter. She's an artist, right? Not saying Cardi B is not an entertainer, and she's not. She doesn't have a good personality. She does, but to put her in the level of Nicki Minaj is disrespectful because of the work. The influence. Let's give Black women their flowers, and that's a big problem. The work she put in, and no, Cardi is not a Black woman. She's not a Black woman. She's a Dominican woman or Hispanic Latina from the Bronx. I'm from New York, all right? I'm a New Yorker. Anyway, so she's from the Bronx, right? She's not Black, right? Give Nicki Minaj her flowers. A Black woman that did what she did, her flowers, right? She deserves her flowers, because how is it that Cardi B deserves a Grammy before Nicki Minaj? And Nicki Minaj, at least it seems like something fishy is going on. Nicki Minaj must have been telling the truth, and I understand her anger, because a lot of people went against.
I feel like I can add insight into part of the situation on the dismantling of the Barbie.
Nicki Minaj.
The dismantling of the Barbie and the uprise of Barty Gang. Like, that was like a real thing. Like, Nicki is really not crazy. And I know people say, oh, you're on Nicki's payroll. And that day that they decided to have Cardi come out with Remy Ma on stage at Summer Jam, and they had all these powerful women in hip hop come together to support the dismantling of the Barbie, was like big for me, because one, it was like the chick that was dismantling her was on Love and Hip Hop, and it was, I just went and checked the mail, got a check from Mona Scott. So we were all on like, yo, this shit's lit. Even though like this girl came like out of nowhere, like her story is not what it is, but it literally like was a plot and a plan to literally dismantle the Barbie, because there was nobody that was there in that position, and Nicki was like, she's queen. And a lot of women came together on that stage at Powerhouse that night for Remy Ma to do her diss track because she had just got out of jail, and they knew that Remy, because of her street credibility, would be the only person to probably come for Nicki. They couldn't send nobody else because of Rem's street credibility, literally. Like, she shot a bitch, she went to jail, like, you know what I'm saying? And so, and like Nicki had said, like, we was cool like before this shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck did this come out of? But it was like not that, like, that's like a big theory. And I feel like I was there with Mike Kaiser. He's gonna try to kill me.
He's the fixer.
See? Okay, so
yeah,
the dismantling of the Barbie was like an actual thing. They were going to dismantle this machine that had taken over female rap, and they were sending Remy to do it, but promoting this Latina Cardi B from like Love and Hip Hop. That's when Love and Hip Hop had the fan base.
So you're saying that they sent Remy in right out of jail,
right,
to diss Nicki,
because she's the only bitch that could do it.
But then they used Remy to move Cardi into a place,
right,
and push Remy out of the way.
Is that how it happened? Cardi couldn't take Nicki off her block, like, who's Cardi B? But Remy Ma getting out of jail, like,
it was a distraction.
It was a distraction, and nobody else could talk about Nicki in that way. But Remy just getting out of jail and having all that street credibility and doing that bid and stand with her, like, her nigga, you know what I'm saying?
And then she came out and did the She There.
She-thered her. Tactic from Nas. Remember, Nicki was with Nas? Like, if people like go back in that whole thing, and it brings us to like me being pissed about Nicki getting nominated for these Grammys with this little girl Ice Spice. It's like she should have, like, y'all want to dismantle this girl so much and want to take like one of the GOATs out, and it bothers.
Right? And it's because of the entitlement these young rappers have that, no, you owe me a feature. You should. What does she owe you? You didn't do nothing for that lady. She's doing these people a favor by exposing them to her fan base when she do features, and then they acting with this entitlement. These young people have this entitlement after she put the work in, right? And they're acting like she don't want to. She don't have to. She don't have to support you, right? And the rudeness with Lotto and all those young girls that came up against her, trying to replace her. She's an artist. Nicki Minaj is an artist. That's how she built her career, as an artist. She went to performing arts school. She's a trained artist, right? She's not somebody that just somebody wrote songs for her and she came up. She's a trained artist. She went to performing arts school, and she is trained. She had artist development. You get what I'm saying? So the work that she put in throughout her career, the grinding that she put, because Instagram and all that wasn't popular when Nicki was coming up. It wasn't even out when Nicki was first putting out her first mixtapes and stuff like that. Nicki Minaj built a fan base off the streets, off the grind. You know what I'm saying? So people, Cardi B, she did her thing with Invasion of Privacy. She had a lot of help, and that's one album. It's like this, she has a lot of pressure. Cardi B has a lot of pressure on her to replace Nicki Minaj. And then the intellect. There's a difference in intellect there. Obviously, Nicki Minaj is a very intelligent person. Listen to her lyrics. If you listen to her punchlines, you got to be really smart to catch it. She'll probably put like at least hundreds of punchlines in one song. Punchline, and it's just like you got to pause it and say, what she said? And you gotta pause it. Nicki Minaj did put the work in, and she is the artist that she claims to be. Not only that, her influence. And let's talk about it. Cardi B is an artist as well, and influence matter, right? And what's her influence? Like, okay, I get it. She's with Offset, and she's allowing Offset to kind of like tarnish, make her look weak or disrespect her with multiple women. Your boss. And then they're saying on the internet, they're saying this. You know, I'm going by what people are saying as well as my own opinion. You're a boss. You're letting a man that you're bigger than, a bigger star than, diss you like that publicly, and then you're crying over it. And I feel like a lot of the crying that she did was a part of the pressure that she feels to compete with Nicki Minaj, right? Because she put out that crying video the day Nicki Minaj album dropped so she could get attention on her, right? She could have stayed silent. She could have handled her personal life personally. She could do whatever she wants. It's her life. But the fact of the matter is, and the way the media works, I used to date someone who does PR, public relations, and the way the media works, it's all negative attention, positive attention. As long as people are talking, that means you're relevant, right? A lot of these younger celebrities that's just like, I don't know if they have the skill that Nicki Minaj has, the talent that Nicki Minaj have. They build their career on scandal and controversy. Nicki Minaj built her career basically off of talent. A lot of people copied Nicki Minaj exactly how she do things and tried to imitate her and try to outdo the master, which it didn't work because Nicki Minaj is actually the blueprint. And I'm not even going to be a fan. It's this reality of rap influence throughout the year. What other female rapper been influential like this? And I'm just being truthful. What I see, what the young girls been copying, been coming to the salon, what their hairstyle they've been asking for, who they want to look like, who they want to dress like. All this wigs, lace fronts became popular because of Nicki Minaj. It changed the whole beauty industry. Why every stylist now got to wear a wig, and that's it. That got to know how to do wigs and installs. Why? Nicki Minaj influence. That's the truth. And it's like people don't want to give up black women their flowers. She didn't even get a Grammy. The Grammy could have done better. At least gave her appreciation Grammy. There's something rigged about like the entertainment business is not legit, right? And they keep on comparing Cardi B. I think Nicki Minaj is a good influence as a strong woman because she's practiced what she preached. Every man that ever did her dirty, she left them behind. You never saw no man dissing her publicly, able to and go back to her and diss her public. She's a boss. She shows that image as a strong, confident woman that our young girls could look up to. Yes, she chose the man that has a bad past, but is he cheating on her publicly and being disloyal to her publicly? Is she crying on the internet over him? No, she's not. He's loyal to her. That's what a man is supposed to do. Cardi B is giving off like the image that she's putting onto the public is giving off weak. And, it's giving off weak. Fame is a really harsh thing that people are seeking. And if you're not strong, it breaks so many people been broken by fame. And I'm just telling you the reality. So much people been broken by fame. Because how people get broken by fame is because they're not smart. They think people love them. People don't love you. They're around you because you're popular and because you have money. And they learned the hard way. They've been popular and having money. When they lose their money, they're shocked that no one's around. They never loved you. You're popular and you have money. They're there for a reason. You get what I'm saying? That's the real world. And when you're famous and you have all that going for yourself, you're a target and you're going to experience all of these things. You got to be strong. Yeah, but Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, I don't think they're in the same league. And I think Cardi B, she definitely put her work in. Cardi B put her work in, but there's levels. And I think it's disrespectful to compare the two. Cardi B needs to, that's not my business, but I'm just going to give my opinion because it's on the internet and it's a public space. Cardi B should definitely leave Offset alone. It's bad for her image as a boss chick. It's bad for her image. It's bad. A lot of people losing respect for her. Like, you're not who you claim to be. Like, if your WAP was whopping, why were you, all you talk about is your WAP. Every song is about what, like after Invasion of Privacy, I think there was some substance there, but Bongos, she spent $4 million on a video with little to no substance. That's what I'm talking about, substance. A lot of Nicki Minaj songs you might think is gibberish. It has a lot of substance. It's telling the story. And I'm not talking about the popular stuff. I'm talking about her stuff that her fans know. And what other song that something else I was gonna say, but Nicki, I didn't like Anaconda. Ugh, I'm a Nicki fan, but I don't like all her songs. The popular songs like Anaconda, I think that's her bigger selling song, and I hated that song. But anyhow, but maybe if I listen back to it, I don't like it. I listened to that song for years. But yeah, I think Nicki deserves her flowers, and there's no comparison. Yes, Cardi B did her thing, but there's no comparison. Cardi B is making it seem like she's like chasing. Everything is about Nicki. They're in competition. Yes, the public pit them against each other. She was supposed to be Nicki's replacement, but she's letting a man break her down right now. So she got to stand up, because Nicki withstood that all through her career. Because when you're a successful woman, you're going to get a lot of jealousy. So she withstood all that through her career. She stayed strong. She fought back. She came through swinging. Let's see what Cardi B do, but she has to put a lot of work in before she could be compared to Nicki Minaj. Let her come out with 4 albums, then you start comparing. But until then, there's no comparison. That's my opinion. My opinion is that it is what it is. There's no let people get the credit for the work that they put in. The work. That's what I'm speaking of here. Not speaking about favoritism or this or that. I'm speaking about the work. All right, guys, let me know what you think. Any of you Cardi B fans coming with negativity, I'm just going to ban you from the channel. Real Talk New York with Jenny. Big up yourself, large up yourself.